Actually, I am feeling much better. Even so, just a second. Oh, I hate this. Even so, my pastor wouldn't come in the office with me, and I don't blame him. Somebody as ugly as me, I wouldn't want to run in here either in an enclosed space. I have the perfect pastor, the perfect pastor's wife. He called me this morning to see how I was doing, and then a while ago they brought some cookies and a card. They're not having church tomorrow night, and I'm probably not going to the prophecy class tonight. As the day wears on, the worse I start feeling, but I feel so much better today than I did yesterday, and felt so much better yesterday than I did the day before. Linda and I had to go to Walmart to pick up some stuff, and she's in the house, and so we had to put fuel in her car and go to Walmart and then come home and all the above. And then I'm going to be going in the house after I finish up in here. I keep printing off documents and stacking them. I've got a few more, and then I'm done with all that. And then next week I've got to go see my attorney and take care of some stuff. Boy, I can see my grandson Ashton has been on here again. How do I know? Pink Bomberman, Foxtown 202 bikini. Yep. Choco Love, Grudge Band. I've got to check the balance on one of my burner cards. Log in, and it'd probably tell me to check my email. No, it didn't. Good. Reduce all this. Oh. Yeah, it's one of those left compression glove days. So here's what I know today. I know Jerry and Diane are going to Noble to do something about their will. I know that Matt and Mike are on the way to Tulsa, probably on the way home by now, picking up an RV for Mike's grandparents. When I said it was Danette Diaus' grandparents, it was her parents yesterday. Head full of stuff, can't think. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. It's nice and warm in here. I will get done in here. I've got to figure some things out. See if I can move stuff kind of over that way, the printer over that way, and my baby laptop in the middle. And I'll do that tomorrow. I'm not going to mess with it today. And the reason is I need the printer where I've got it so I can print stuff off. And if I'm doing my day job, I've got to be... I had it sitting on top of my computer, which is an awkward, not very good place to have it. It kept moving like it was getting ready to take a dive off of the computer. So I've got on this big old military surplus desk I've got in here. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not going to fidget. And yesterday I noticed there was something I was doing that was making a clattering noise while I was sitting here. I'm trying not to rock, trying not to fidget. Anyway, Matt and Mike are picking up an RV for Mike's grandparents. My son Chris has been working on what I call the Decker truck. There's a bunch of little things wrong with it. He's got it back together and it's running. I don't know what Chad and Jose are doing, but Chris, Chad, and Jose are probably going to be over here in a little bit picking up a white billy goat named Clyde. Linda gave Clyde to them, and that's up to her. It's her goat, you know. And he throws babies. He's a good billy goat. He's all the time breeding anything that'll stand there. Did I just say that on my vlog? Yeah, I did. Sorry about that. He's a sweet goat. You can pet him. He's a pet. But he's so stinky. Pees all over the back of his legs and pees on his own face, which is stupid, but goats do that. I think it's to make him be more attracted to the females, or just to say, look at me, I'm a BA. You mess with me and I'll whoop you. I don't know why goats do it. But Jerry's got 22 goats, now he's fixing to have 23. And we might eat some of these goats someday. I don't know. There's only one, and it wasn't a goat, it was a sheep. And we didn't eat all of it. I think there's still some of him in the freezer. We just, they're pets. They're Linda's pets, okay? My wife deserves to have pets other than her ankle-biting dog. So she's got pet goats and sheep, and she's also got pet ducks and chickens. Anyway, my second youngest son, Benjamin, and his two offspring are over at my son Chris's house. He's watching Chris's kids so Chris can work. So that's how life is right now. It's all good. Everything's going just fine. I even got a new pair of, a clean pair of overalls on. The socks, the underwear, the hat, the hat and the shirt are what I had on yesterday. The socks, the underwear, and the overalls are all clean, freshly laundered. Yeah, you needed to know that, didn't you? Sure you did. I'm getting slowly back to my former and normal ornery self. That's where I'm headed. I'm going to give it the rest of this week before I jump in and do anything. I'm still a little wobbly, and Pastor Fry was smart not to come in here. But, man, life is good. It really is. I am so blessed. I don't know how to express it any other way than thank you, God. And I mean that. I am blessed. But you know what? Even though if you feel down in the dumps, you too are blessed. You have more blessings than you realize. If you woke up this morning, you're blessed. And there are those that have a life of drudgery. I understand that. I've been there. Oh man, at least it chimed. I can turn this computer on, and I kid you not, 30 minutes later, and it's only been on about 30 minutes, people crowd in and they start trying to hack into it. And now, what's that? I got a notice down here. I'm sorry about fidgeting. I've got to handle this stuff while I can. Oh man. I think what I need to do is go in the house and change into my do nothing clothes and do nothing. I'm pretty sure that is a good game plan. I had to revert back to my big tripod, and the reason is that one, you can't really tell it, but one leg is busted on it. I've got to see it. This was my favorite tripod of all my tripods. There's a deal there I can, okay. I'll have to unscrew that and see what happened to it. But what happens, it goes from standing up like that to one side just leaning way far back. I don't know what happened to it. I'll get around to it when I can. It's not that big a deal actually at all. So I've got a tall tripod standing on top of my printer, which is not a good thing for the printer actually. So I started watching a show called Tulsa King last night. The one thing I don't like about it, and Tyler Sheridan can write. I will give the boy that. He wrote Yellowstone, 1883, and he's working on a sequel to 1883 that springs forward into Yellowstone. And Tulsa King's about a mobster. It stars Sylvester Stallone. And he plays a guy that spent 25 years in prison, and then when he got out, his mafia boss sent him to Tulsa. And he's they depicted something on there, and I have a friend that lived in Tulsa. I'll have to ask. His name's Chad Scott. Excuse me. I've heard about this place, and I can probably look it up after the vlog. And there's supposedly a place in Tulsa that's called the center of the universe, and you can stand there inside this circle and scream at the top of your lungs and nobody can hear you 25 feet away. And I don't know if that's accurate or not. I will look it up after this and try to remember, and on tomorrow's vlog tell you what I find out. Or I could look it up right now and I'll tell you what I find out. Let's lift that. Okay. Oh, let's see what happens here. Okay, Tulsa, center of the universe. The so-called center of the universe in downtown Tulsa is marked by a small concrete circle in the middle. Sorry. The so-called center of the universe in downtown Tulsa is marked by a small concrete circle in the middle of a larger circle of bricks. It's not much to look at, but looking isn't really the point. Let me get a sip. The center of the universe is a little-known mysterious acoustic phenomenon. If you stand in the middle of the circle and make a noise, the sound is echoed back several times louder than it was made. It's your own private amplified echo chamber. As the legend goes, a foghorn could be going off in the center of the circle and those on the outside couldn't hear it. This may be an exaggeration, but your voice does sound extremely distorted when heard from the outside, the circle. It's an incredible effect. Okay, so it exists. I thought maybe it was just something they were saying. Linda and I are going to have to travel up there and try it and check it out. When will we do this? Sometime this coming spring, while we're filming Strange Oklahoma Places Adventure Site. There are a bunch of places like that, and my wife and I are going to travel to all of them. Of course, here in a week or so, I'm going to have to buy her a car, which we're going to do, and then utilize that for travel. Now, I'm going to get off of here, but before I do, know this crippled old ugly fat man, and it's like Matt says every time I talk to him, are you still ugly? Yeah, my looks haven't improved one bit. They're probably getting worse incrementally as I live on into advanced years. The thing is, this crippled old fat man loves you with his whole heart. I do, with everything I've got to love you with. And I absolutely pray for and want God to bless you with everything God will bless you with. And like that sign right there says, be kind. We all need to practice being kind. Bye.